Ministry of Industry, Commerce, and Consumer Protection. The Price Fixing Information System. User Manual. Importer returns to PFU. The importer can submit electronic returns of imported commodity to the PFU in the Importer Commodity Returns page. The return consists of 3 steps before submit the return. Step 1. Add currencies and rate of exchange. Step 2. Add supporting documents. Step 3. Add details of commodities. Importer returns to PFU display importer returns list. To display all the importer returns, click on the link Importers Returns for Company Name on the Importer Profile page. It will be redirected to the Importer Returns List page. The list contains all the returns created by the importers which are sorted by the last date opened field. The My Returns, Importer Returns field display a description of the return application in the format commodity type and return date opened. The Status field display the return status, which is to draft when the importer has not submitted the return to PFU. The screen changes to this new layout. It displays importer returns lists with current status which is not yet approved. Importer returns to PFU create a new return. To create a new return, click on the button Add a new return in the Importer Returns List page. Select a consumer goods in the list of commodity type and click Saved and Continue to create the commodity return. Once the return have been created, it will be displayed in the Importer Return List page. To submit return, the importer must complete all the steps necessary, together with supporting documents. Once he is satisfied with the calculation of his input, click on the button Submit to submit the return to PFU. The return consists of 3 steps before submit. Step 1. Add currencies and rate of exchange. Step 2. Add supporting documents. Step 3. Add details of commodities. Importer returns to PFU. Step 1. Add currencies and their rates of exchange. The importer must define the currencies and rates of exchange he used when importing the consignment. This step should be input before capturing the source data and uploading the supporting documents. To add a currency to the return, the import must click on the button Add currencies and their rate of exchange in the commodity return page. On the new layout, select a currency from the list available, and then type the exchange rate, and click Save. Once added, the currencies and exchange rate are displayed under the applicable currencies section in the commodity return page. Importer returns to PFU. Step 2. Add supporting documents. The importer can add different type of supporting documents to the return application and upload it to system. The list of different supporting documents is as follows. Bill of entry. Supplier invoice. Airway bill. Bill of lading. Packing list. Freight document. Insurance document. To add a supporting document, click on the button Step 2. Add supporting documents in the commodity return page. A new layout is displayed. Select a type based on the supporting document to be uploaded, and input all the data related to the document. Order to create supporting document. First, create a supporting document of type Bill of Entry. This supporting document is compulsory for the commodity return, and is used to associate other document to the commodity return. Add other supporting documents related to the commodity return. The importer pro rata values. This section displays all the fields related to the imported commodity's cost, volume, weight for freight and insurance. Adding a bill of entry document. Click on the button Step 2, Add supporting documents in the commodity return page. Select the type bill of entry. Check the currencies associated with the commodity. Upload a scanned copy of the related document. Input the document number, bill of entry number. If needed, input pro rata values per freight or insurance prorating. Last, save the record. Adding a supplier invoice document. Click on the button Step 2, Add supporting documents in the commodity return page. Select the type supplier invoice. Select the bill of entry associated. Upload a scanned copy of the related document. Input the document number, invoice number. Input pro rata values freight of type cost and insurance of type cost. Select the pro rata currency for freight and insurance. Last, save. Adding a freight document. Click on the button Step 2, Add supporting documents in the commodity return page. Select the type freight document. Select the bill of entry associated. Upload a scanned copy of the related document. Input the document number, freight document. Input pro rata cost value freight of type weight. Select the pro rata currency for freight and insurance. And, last, save. The supporting document added to the commodities are displayed under the Supporting Documents section. They can be edited with the link Edit, or delete with the link Delete associated to them. Import returns to PFU. Step 3, Add commodities to the return. The importer can add different commodities associated with the return. The list of different modes are as follows: CIF, C&F, and FOB. To add a commodity to the return, click on the button Step 3, Add details of the commodities in the commodity return page. On the new layout displayed, select the product to be added in the list of imported product, and input all the necessary data, and select a mode type. If the product is not found, the importer must create it. Adding commodities to the return. The screen shows an example of CIF mode. The screen shows an example of C&F mode. The screen shows an example of FOB mode. Once the commodity is added, it will display in the commodity description in the commodity return page. They can be edited with the link Edit, or delete with the link Delete associated to them. Calculate and recalculate the price of items. After the data has been input for the entire consignment, the unit price for each item can be automatically calculated by the system. If changes need to be made to the data, the Edit button is used. After any changes, the unit price should be recalculated by pressing on the Calculate button. After pressing the Calculate button, the screen layout changes to display the commodity calculation for the return. Submit returns. Once the importer is satisfied with the unit price calculated by the system, the returns may be submitted by pressing the button labeled Submit. An automatic notification is then sent to the importer stating that the submission has been successful. Note: once the data has been submitted to PFU for processing and approval, The importer no longer has access to edit the return. Final approval of unit price by PFU. The PFU will process the importer's returns online, and once the final price has been approved, the system produces and sends the importer an email message to which is attached a PDF version. Requests for exemption. The request for exemption page displays a list of all the requests. The list of acceptable reasons for exemption are as follows. Companies use, for further processing. For personal use, not for sale. Samples. Tender for government institutions. Free of charge, exemption. On the Add Request for Exemption page, select a reason for exemption. Input the bill of entry number, and upload the scanned copy, and then click on the button Create Document Type. Then, input the invoice number, and upload scanned copy of the supplier invoice document, and then click on the button Create Document Type. To add multiple bill of entry, click on the button Add New Document Type. After that, a first document has been created. Once the request for exemption is saved, it is submitted to PFU for validation.